What's up, everybody? Paul Hickey here with your data-driven daily tip. Today we're going to dive into creating an ad for YouTube, and it's actually really cool because there's a lot you can do. It's more than just having a video and putting it out online. There's a lot of different ways to target the type of audience that you want to reach to either grow your brand awareness, drive sales for your product or services, or just create consideration to get people to get into your funnel that you can remarket to later. So once you go into Google Ads, you are going to select one of the top 7 objectives within the platform, and it'll only let you run video ads to a few of them. You can do leads, website traffic, or product and brand consideration. And so I've selected product and brand consideration, as you can see here, and I've got my campaign type set to video. Then you select a campaign subtype. Now there's standard consideration, which means you're going to try to get more views and engagements and what they call brand consideration. There's also shopping, so you can encourage people to buy your products from your online store. And then there's an ad sequence, which means that you can show video ads in a specific order to people in order to tell different parts of your story, which is really cool. We're not going to get into that today, but let's just say that the campaign subtype that you select will dictate who Google's algorithm shows your ads to on YouTube. And there's more of that we're going to dive into here. So I've selected standard consideration for the sake of today's data-driven daily tip. And then we're going to go on to the next screen and basically start to target our ad. But first, we're going to name our campaign. We're going to give it a budget, all of that basic stuff. And then we're going to have a start date and an end date to our campaign, and then we're going to select where we want our ad to be shown. And so I've selected YouTube search results, where ads can appear next to the search results on YouTube, and then YouTube videos, where ads can appear on YouTube videos, on channel pages, and on the YouTube homepage. The YouTube Video Partners Network is a little bit different. I wouldn't necessarily recommend keeping this box checked, so I'm going to uncheck it. It puts your video ad on all types of other websites that you don't necessarily want your brand shown on. So that's what we're going to do. Then little details like the languages, the country, things like that. Now, the maximum cost per view is the only option available to me right now, and it might be the only option available to you because the different other objectives like the cost per conversion or the cost per 1,000 impressions isn't available yet because we haven't run an ad. Once you have conversions from your ad, you can actually optimize your campaigns to be for when a user actually converts off of your ad versus when they actually view your ad. Now, there's 3 different types of inventory types to a YouTube ad. So they recommend standard inventory because if you go to expanded inventory, your ad can actually be seen on videos that have excessive profanity or graphic sexual content and nudity. So we're not going to go there right now, although if your product dictates that it makes sense for your ad to be shown on some of those types of channels or videos, then you might want to consider it. And then you can exclude different content here where you don't want your ad to be shown, and you can actually say sensitive social issues, we don't want our ad to be shown there, sensational and shocking, all these different things. So it's really nice that your brand can essentially control where you want your ad to be seen or not seen on YouTube. Then they've got different ways to cap how many impressions you can get per day so that you don't spend your budget all at once, since we're again doing cost per view, which is cost per impression. And then you can enter a number of actual, again, times that you want your video to be viewed. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of show you what that looks like. Then your ad schedule, you can use data obviously from your Google Analytics to see when the best time of day would be to run your ad. And you can set your ad schedule, day a week, time of day. Now, what's really cool is when we start getting into demographics, audiences, keywords, topics, and placement, because this is when we start to get into the strategy of running your ad. And I'm going to show you what I mean here on my screen. And for those of you listening, I'm going to do my best to describe this. So here you see the demographic targeting, which is just your simple male, female, unknown, age ranges, things like that. But then you can get into household income. So I'm going to use data-driven design as an example for today. Now, we want to go more top household income because we're B2B. We sell services that are a little bit more expensive than your typical services. But they're right in the mid-range for business services and things like that. So if we want to run an ad to, sell our standard web design, custom software, digital marketing services, that would be the age range and the demographics that we would pick in terms of household income. But I want to kind of hit pause here because we also offer classes and we're going to expand our offerings to online classes. So for the sake of discussion, if we wanted to target online classes to current college students, we could actually run a video ad on YouTube solely targeted at current college students, as you can see here on my screen. So by selecting that option. And if you're a business that, needs to kind of drill down on this in a different way, like right here, you can see parents of toddlers 1 to 3 years old, parents of preschoolers, parents of teens. So depending on who your demographics are and what your data says that your website users that are converting at a higher rate, what their demographics are, you can use all of these targeting options. Now, interests and habits is also really cool. So you can see that it can align with any number of affinity audiences: beauty and wellness, lifestyle, hobbies, food and dining, home and garden, shoppers, sports and fitness. So like for us, we could target people that are interested in social media, again, if we wanted to, if we had some kind of a product or service around people who were just interested in learning more about social media. But as you can see here on my screen, there's all different kinds of demographics and interest groups that you can target your ad to, and we really haven't even gotten to the cool part yet. So the really cool part is that you can target people based on what they're actively researching or planning, and this is what they're searching on Google. So you can actually say that I want to target an ad to people who are searching specific phrases on Google. You can also define your audience by showing them to people who have visited specific websites. So if you're a shoe or a sock or a headband and you want to target people who have visited marathonrookie.com or runnersworld.com, for example, you can actually run ads to people who have actually visited those websites. And it's all right here in the back end of Google Ads. So what they're actively researching and planning is you go under custom intent audiences or in-market audiences, and you can select your options here. You see I've looked at people who have searched for photo software, video software. You can do all kinds of things. And what I'm going to select is I'm going to go ahead and find business services. So I'm going to find business services, and I'm going to look at SEO and web design. So I'm going to run some targeted video campaigns at people who have literally searched for SEO and SEM services and web design, web services, web design and development, web hosting, and I could even do domain name registration. And if I wanted to segment this out, I could say, hey, it looks like you just registered some new domain names, or you're looking at registering domain names. Here's some tips on what to do with your new domain names, and you could run ads there. So as it relates to actually targeting people on YouTube and how to convert audiences and get them into your funnel, this is an extremely powerful tool. And the last thing that you can do if you want is you can actually go run your ad on specific YouTube channels or URLs. So if you think about this strategically, you can let people watch what they normally watch on YouTube, and you can target them based on what they searched for on Google. So they might be watching The Ellen Show, but they see an ad for web design services because you targeted someone who searched for web design services. Or you can go place an ad on like a Yoast SEO's YouTube channel, and that could be people who are searching for web design or SEO services because they're watching a YouTube channel related to that. So they're two different things. Very powerful tool. more at dataoveropinions.com. If you have questions, email me at paul@datadriven.design. This has been your Data Driven Daily Tip. Have a great day.